Okay, so I decided to do this video to show a little bit of update as to where we are with the World Builder. So what I've done is I've just thrown together a very quick landscape because everything I want to show you is essentially the NPCs. So we now have an NPC editor built in, so if I just click this we come to the screen to edit these. As you can see I've got no NPCs. I'm just going to add one and I'm going to call it test. Okay, so now I've defined an NPC but I have to set its properties. So first thing I have to do is set its start position. So I just click one of the coordinates, so it'll come up with a little arrow. Let me just click on the landscape where I want them to start. Now I have to define the NPC, so it's set up so that it can work with modular bodies and heads in here. So if I just go in here and begin by setting its default body, so I'll just use my stock female set. Now what I want to do is set a separate head, so you can have multiple heads as well. I'll just set that. It's a bit scary. And then we'll just set some hair. So again, everything's completely modular and completely interchangeable. So here at the moment I've set hair 3, but actually that's the one I use for the player, so I'm just going to change that and set it to hair number 1, which is a standard ponytail. We can also set it start position just by moving the mouse about here, so once we get to the position we want, we're just going to click to set it. At the moment I'm going to give this particular NPC a sword as well. Right hand. Now I'm going to set a few more stats for it at the moment. So at the moment this can toggle between being an enemy or not an enemy, killable or not killable. So I want to leave this one non-killable and we'll make this one interactive. So this is all very easy, very well, but at the moment this just creates static NPCs. So what I've built into this is this staging editor. So I'll just open this up. This allows me to set up to 100 steps per NPC as to what I want them to do. So to begin with, I want this one to idle, and I want it to idle for a count of 250 because this is going to be the start of their patrol. Now I'm going to just add a quick step here. I'm going to change this to a movement command. So at the moment they can only stand idly or move, but I will add more things as I kind of go on. So at the moment it's set to move to 0, 0, and as you can see it's saying click to set a destination. So click any of them and it'll come up another arrow. So what I'm going to do is just going to set the first point this NPC is going to move to. I'm just going to have them do a very quick patrol around this island here, so you can see that's now set the position. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and add a step, and then I'm going to give them another movement command. And I'm going to have them just do a quick circle up to this point up here. So movement, and once they get to stand up on this hill, and then I want them just to stand idly there for a count of 150. So this is going to be the start of the patrol. Then once they've done that, I want them to move back again and retrace their steps to, let's say there. I'll add another step. I'm going to have them move their steps now to here. Add another step and just bring them over to, let's bring them to about there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to have them idle again for another 150, so they're just going to stand there and face out toward the water. Now I'm just going to start moving this particular NPC back, so I'm going to have them come down to there. And then at this point what I want to do is change their angle of direction, have them start to move up the hill. And I'm going to make this in a few steps to try and make the movement a little bit smoother. And then lastly, the last movement step is just going to put them right back to where they started. So that's the little patrol, so they're going to come down here, they're going to walk all the way up to here, they're going to stop for a minute and then they're going to come back down and they're going to walk around here, stop there and then come back and patrol up. And at the moment they're just going to repeat that, but as you can see when I set staging step 1 to be idle for 150, so they're going to stop there and they're going to gaze out over the water. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come down here and come out NPC editing and drop into game mode so that I can then watch them doing this. And off they go. So they've done the little wait command and now they're trotting off on their patrol path. You can see at the moment they are interactive, so I can talk to them if I so wish, but I'm not going to because at the moment that will start to trigger missions which I don't want to do at this point in time. Instead I'm just going to watch this little NPC wander off and go about their life. So they'll do the patrol. The other thing I've built in since the last video I did was the inventory system. So that's fully built in here, so you can see we've got weapons, magic, consumables, quest items and other. So in the main game, when you go through the missions 1, You can see up at the top corner on the left there, I've only got 1.5 hearts. So when you start that mission, when you get sent off to find the sword, you'll actually be given an apple, and consuming that gives you some energy. So at the moment what I'm going to do is I'm just going to equip my sword, because that's what I've got just now. So as you progress through the game, you'll be able to pick up different items and different weapons and be able to sort through them as much as you so wish. So I'll add things like shields and crossbows and stuff. So you can see in my NPCs, they followed the route and they've gone up there, and then they've done their little wait. Now they're heading off on their journey. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drop back out of game mode at the moment. I'm going to go in there, I'm going to add a second NPC. I'm going to define their start position. So they're going to start, let's have them start just there. Okay, and again, they're going to have the same model. Oh, I don't know why they're disappearing there. Just going to drop back in, and you can see this first NPC is still going about the business. What you'll also notice is the sound of the footsteps is now based on the distance from the player, so hopefully that's audible in the video as well. But if I just run up here, you should hear that again. Off they go to the starting position. Again, they'll just follow that first wait command and start looping through that, so that creates a nice easy enemy cycle. So what I'm going to do is drop out of there for a second. And I'm just very quickly going to load up my demo world as it stands at the moment. Now loading's not been optimised, so this is going to take just a minute or two to load in. It's obviously still a bug in the code, so I'm not quite sure why that second NPC disappeared. They obviously were still there, but for whatever reason their object wasn't visible. So now I've preset this world up to have a few routines for the NPCs that are already built into it. I'm still focusing, concentrating on just building this little island in the middle. Once I've got the varying features working the way I want to, then I'll start fleshing out more of the world to build into more of a game. But at the moment I'm splitting my time between working on the editor and working on the actual game engine itself, or the game world itself. So, you can see, you probably hear in the video now, there's wind noises, so there's also now height-based wind noise, and you can generate, as I say, the sound map based on the ocean. So the closer you are to the ocean, the more you'll hear it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come down here to this little village, and you can see at the moment in the static build there's a few NPCs dotted around, so there's somebody there, got a little Minotaur character, I'll ignore him for now, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stand here, and I'm going to drop into game mode inside the village. You can see the NPCs and begin going about the business. So there's 2 or 3 different scripts built up for these NPCs, and at the start part where you go through the missions, that character moves as well. So the Minotaur won't move because I haven't set his animation up yet, so if we set him to move about, he's not going to do anything, he's just going to stand there, and it will probably crash at some point that now. But you can see here, this makes it a little bit more of a living world. The NPCs are going about their business and following these scripts. Now these are very, very simple scripts at the moment. These are set up to do to just basically do a repeating patrol around that, but as I say, you can set up to 100 stages at the moment, although I could increase that as well if need be. And that just allows us to breathe a little bit more life into the world. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop out of game mode and just come back over here, back to the start. Oh, and you can see there's the starting character. So again, I'm just going to drop straight into game mode and have a look. So there's the initial character that sets off the missions, going about their business as well. So as I mentioned, I'm just going to go and talk to and I'm going to nip into my inventory, and you can see now I've bought the apple as consumable, so I'm going to go here and consume it. And you can see in the top corner there, that's added a little bit to my health. So the next thing I'm going to build into it is actor objects. So these are static objects in the world, like for example an apple tree that's going to grant you certain things. Oh, a bit of a bug there, but that's enough to show all the new features, so hopefully that was of interest.